So today we're diving into something a little different. You sent over some really interesting stuff about the Green Valley Recreation
Right.
Saturday Night Dance Club.
Yeah.
And an interview with Kathy Simmons, who's the club president.
Yeah, we've got a good snapshot here, and I think what we're trying to figure out is what is the secret sauce here? What makes this particular dance club so unique in Green Valley?
Yeah.
It seems to be about more than just getting your groove on.
Yeah, absolutely. Just even glancing at this material, you can tell that this isn't your average Saturday night hangout. So we're going to really explore the thinking behind the club.
Right.
We're going to dig into the dress code.
Okay.
Really understand why it matters. We'll get a clear picture of their approach to dancing.
Right.
And maybe even unlock some of the mysteries of how to navigate a busy dance floor.
Okay.
You ready to go?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so one of the first things that really stood out to me was this very deliberate approach.
Yeah.
That they have to what they're trying to do.
Right.
It's not about being just another option.
Yeah.
But it's also not about being like this super formal affair.
It's a sweet spot they're trying to hit.
Yeah, and Kathy Simmons in her interview really hits on this.
Okay.
She talks about this core idea, which is to provide a unique, and she used the word extraordinary, social partner touch dancing experience in Green Valley. And she says that they really wanted to be different than what else was out there.
Okay.
It seems like there was a real yearning for something like this.
Yeah, what's interesting to me is that they've identified this group within the community. I think Kathy refers to them as like the 85% club dancers.
Right.
And they felt disappointed and disenfranchised with the existing dance scene. And so that, to me, that's telling that there was something missing.
Yeah. And that kind of leads us into the dress code.
Okay.
Because it's not just a list of rules.
Right.
It feels like it's part of the foundation of how they're trying to craft this atmosphere.
Right.
It's not just about looking presentable.
Right.
It's about...
It's intentional.
Yeah.
It's a very deliberate choice.
Yeah. So they have an upscale dress code. And it's a step above the ordinary.
Right.
But it's definitely not over the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the whole idea is to really elevate your average Saturday night.
Yes.
And transform it into something special.
Right.
Through the way that people dress.
Yeah. I love that idea.
Yeah.
That the way you dress transforms your experience.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And it's such a contrast to what is considered Green Valley casual.
Yeah. Which is like what? Tank tops?
Yeah. Tank tops, jeans.
Shorts, flip-flops.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Exactly. So the Saturday Night Dance Club is very intentionally creating a different vibe. So let's look at the specifics.
Okay.
So no jeans are allowed.
Okay.
Unless you're doing the full-on country western.
With the hat and boots?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely no T-shirts, no shorts, and no flip-flops.
Okay.
Men have to wear collared shirts, dress slacks, and leather-soled shoes.
Okay.
And you noted that they did change the dress code slightly.
Yeah.
For men.
That's right.
It used to be long-sleeve shirts.
Yeah.
And now it's just any collared shirt.
That's a good catch. I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
That they are responding to member feedback.
Right.
They're adapting, but they're still holding true to that core intention.
Exactly.
Their dress code.
Yeah, and for ladies, it's dressy, casual, evening, or cocktail attire.
Okay.
So everyone's making a visible effort.
Right.
To contribute to the overall feel of the evening.
Yeah, and that idea of,
dressing up, how that affects your mindset. It's like you're shifting from I'm just going out to this is a special event.
Yeah, it creates a sense of occasion.
Exactly. And it ties back into what Kathy was saying.
Yeah.
That partnered touch dancers feel like they are being treated to something different.
Yeah.
Something special.
It's like they're setting the stage.
Yeah.
For a different kind of Saturday night.
I like that.
Okay, so let's talk about the dancing itself.
Okay.
Because it's not just about the clothes.
Right.
It's also about the movement and the connection. And they specifically emphasize social partner touch dancing.
Yes. And it's interesting what they don't focus on.
Right.
They're very clear that it's not about structured dance patterns or choreography. They think that belongs in dance studios.
Right.
Their core philosophy is basically that dancing is none other than walking. while embracing your partner to the tempo of whatever music is being played.
Yeah, it sounds very accessible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, very simple.
Yeah.
But then it gets a little more nuanced.
Okay.
Because they talk about the tempo and the rhythm of the music.
Yeah.
Naturally leading to two internationally common patterns.
So even without steps,
yeah,
there's still a structure.
Exactly. There's a framework there.
Yeah.
That's provided by the music and also the connection between the partners.
Right.
Naturally leads to certain ways of moving together.
And this is distinct from exhibition dancing.
Right, which is all about competition, performance for an audience.
Right, and it's also separate from studio dancing.
Right, which is focused on learning specific sequences.
Yeah, so there's a very clear distinction here.
Yeah, and this is where it gets fun.
Okay.
Because Kathy talks about feedback from members about other venues.
Where they felt like they were encountering freestyle dancers.
Yeah.
Chaotically approximating Zumba and jazzercise.
You could really feel their
right.
Their yearning for something different.
Yeah, it's not what they were looking for
on
a Saturday night.
So this brings us to something Kathy called the crucial element of floor craft.
I love this.
Yeah.
This is so important.
So important.
It's the unsung hero of a smoothly running social dance.
Okay, so explain.
So proper floor craft is fundamental to their whole philosophy of a harmonious and enjoyable environment for everyone.
Right.
And they break it down into two main categories of dances.
Okay.
So first you have what they call the smooth traveling or progressive dances. Things like foxtrot, waltz, polka country, two-step.
Right.
And these are done moving around the outer edge of the dance floor.
Okay.
Counterclockwise. Like a circular flow of traffic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Faster dancers on the outside.
Yeah. Okay.
Slower dancers towards the inside.
Right.
And crucially, you don't stop in the corners.
Right.
Or impede the flow.
Yeah.
Because these are progressive dances. Everyone is moving.
Okay, so then the other category.
Right, was rhythm or spot dances.
Okay.
This is like East Coast swing, West Coast swing, cha-cha salsa, nightclub two-step, freestyle line dances.
Right.
And these tend to stay in the central area
of the dance floor. Okay. So good floor craft is about knowing where you should be.
Yes.
Depending on what type of dance you're doing.
And being aware of the other dancers around you.
Yeah.
Sharing the space respectfully.
It's not just about your steps. It's about how your steps affect everyone else on the floor.
Yeah.
And she talked about adjusting your dance footprint.
Depending on how crowded it is.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
Smaller steps when it's packed.
It sounds obvious.
Right. But easy to forget.
Yeah.
In the moment.
Yeah, and she said that a lot of dance instructors don't emphasize this etiquette. So you can learn all the fancy steps.
Right.
But if you don't know how to actually be on a dance floor.
Yes, then you're going to cause problems. You're going to step on toes. You're going to bump into people.
Yeah.
It's like knowing how to play an instrument, but not knowing how to play in an orchestra.
Yeah, you're not going to make good music together.
Exactly.
And she said that the more experienced dancers at the club often mentor the newer dancers and teach them these unwritten rules.
That's great.
Yeah, so there's a real sense of community and responsibility there.
I love that.
Okay, so the key takeaway is that proper floor craft is so important.
Yeah. It adds so much value to the ambiance, and it allows everyone to dance simultaneously.
Right, because you're not just sharing a space, you're sharing an activity.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's pull this all together now. What defines this GVR Saturday Night Dance Club?
All right.
Is this combination of an upscale dress code, social partner touch dancing, and a strong emphasis on floor craft.
And that distinction between progressive and rhythm dances.
Yes, it's like a shared understanding of how the dance floor works.
It's like a language that everybody is speaking.
Right.
So I think this deep dive has really been illuminating about what makes this club so unique. It's clearly more than just a place to dance.
Right.
It's a very well thought out environment.
Yeah, it makes you think, doesn't it?
It does.
About how consciously designed environments can really shape our experiences.
Yes.
So think about the listener.
Right.
What are those seemingly small details that really affect the places that you go.
Yeah, what makes somewhere special.
Yeah.
Right?
So if you're in Green Valley, you want to check this out.
Yeah.
You can probably find more information through the Green Valley Recreation Centers, the club's Facebook page, or maybe Green Valley Next Door.
Sounds good.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
On another deep dive.
It's been fun.